Next, let us see the determinants of investment function. The determinants of investment function. So the classical economists believed that investment depended exclusively on the rate of interest. So the classical economists believed that investment mainly depended on the rate of interest. But in reality, investment depends on number of factors. Investment depends on number of factors. It is not only the rate of interest which decides the level of investment, but a number of factors are also there which decides the investment function. So we shall see them one by one. Determinants of investment function. The determinants of investment function are as follows. 1. A rate of interest. So already we have seen this. The rate of interest only decides the level of investment. This was given by the classical economists. They believe that the rate of interest only decided the investment. That is, if the rate of interest is high, the investment will be low. If the rate of investment is high, 1 minute, let me take one pen. Okay. I don't know where I left my pen. Okay. The rate of interest, if the rate of interest is high, the investment will be low. If the rate of interest is high, the investment will be low. If the rate of interest is high, then the investment will be low. Okay, this is investment. This is rate of interest. If the rate of interest is high, the investment will be low. Similarly, if the rate of interest is low, tell me what will happen to the investment? The investment will be high. So what relationship is here? It is a inverse relationship. There is an inverse relationship between rate of interest and investment. Next one, level of uncertainty. Suppose if there is in an economy, if the situation is very uncertain, we do not know what is going to happen the next moment. If there is a lot of uncertainty prevailing in an economy, the investors will not like to invest anything because it is so uncertain. We do not know what is going to happen the next day. We do not know. We will not know what will happen the next month. Now the situation is like that. The level of uncertainty is too much because we do not know whether the virus will get over within 2 months or 3 months or 2 years. So nobody will like to invest now. So if the economy is very uncertain, then the level of investment will be very low. Next one is political environment. Political environment also plays a major factor in deciding the investment. If the government is very good, if the government is very conducive or if the government is very helpful for the entrepreneurs, if they are giving some tax exemption or the licensing is very easy to start an industry, to start a factory, if the policy is very simple or if there is a conducive political environment, investment will be more. ஒரு நாட்டில் அரசியல் சூழ்நிலை நல்ல சாதகமாக இருந்ததுன்னா, அரசாட்சி செய்கிற அரசாங்கம் தலைவர்கள் நல்ல எஃபிஷியண்ட்டாக இருந்தாங்கன்னா நிறைய பேருக்கு ஃபர்ம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணணும், பிஸ்னஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணணும்னு ஆசை இருக்கும். அது ஒரு லைசன்ஸ் வாங்குறதுக்கோ அல்லது ஒரு தொழில் ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுக்கு நான் இவ்வளோ இன்சென்டிவ் உனக்கு தரேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் சொல்லிச்சுன்னா, if the political environment is very conducive, then investment will be more. Next one, the rate of growth of population. If the population is high, okay, so the demand will be high. If the population is high, demand will be high. Then naturally, investment will also be high. Whenever there is a high demand, when people are buying more and more, if the consumption expenditure is more, the demand will be more. If the demand is more, production must also be more. Then the entrepreneurs will be encouraged to invest more. So the rate of growth of population also decides the investment. If the rate of growth of population is high, if the population is high, That means the demand is high, then investment will be high. So there is a direct relationship between the population growth and investment. If the demand or the rate of growth of population is low, investment will also be low. Next one is stock of capital goods. If the entrepreneur has more number of capital goods, if the entrepreneur has got lot of machines, lot of buildings, lot of factories, if the stock is more, then the investment will also be more. So if the stock of capital goods is more, investment will also be more. Then necessity of new products. If the consumers are willing to buy new products, if the consumers are willing to use new products, if they want to buy more and more of new products, then the investment will also be more. If there is no necessity for new products, then the investment will be low. So if there is a necessity for new products, investment will be more. If the necessity for new products is very less, then the investment will also be less. Level of income of the investors. If the investors' income increases, investment will be more. If the level of income of the investors is low, then investment will also be low. Income of the investor, முதலீடு செய்கிறவர்களுடைய வருமானம் ஜாஸ்தி இருந்ததுன்னா இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டை அவங்க துணிஞ்சு என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, நிறைய இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. வருமானம் கம்மியாக இருந்ததுன்னா என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டை கம்மியாக தான் பண்ணுவாங்க. Inventions and innovations. This is also like a necessity for new products only. If the entrepreneur is willing to do more invention, more innovation, if he wants to try out new items, then the investment will be more. புதுசாக கண்டுபிடிக்கணும், மார்க்கெட்டில் புதுசாக ஏதாவது கண்டுபிடிச்சி மக்களுக்கு கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஆண்டர்ப்ரனர் யோசித்தார்னா இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வில் பி மோர். ஸோ இன்வென்ஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் இனோவேஷன்ஸ் வில் லீட் டு மோர் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட். இல்லை பழைய குட்ஸே போதும், இருக்கிறதே அப்படியே இருக்கட்டும்னா இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வில் பி லெஸ். Then consumer demand. What do you mean by consumer demand? If the consumer demand more products, then investment will also be more. If there is less demand, then investment will also be less. So there is a direct relationship between consumer demand and investment. Policy of the state. அரசாங்கத்தினால கொடுக்கப்படுகின்ற கொள்கைகள். If the policy is very conducive, or if there is any tax exemption, or getting a license is very easy, ஸ்டேட்டில் என்ன கொள்கை இருக்குதோ, if the policy of the state வந்து முதலீடு செய்கிறதுக்கு சாதகமாக இருந்ததுன்னா நிறைய பேர் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, முதலீடு செய்வாங்க. If it is a stable government also, if the government is stable, okay, if there is a growth in the economy, a growth in the state, or the policy of the state will encourage investment. If the growth is very less in a state, அரசியல் சூழ்நிலை வந்துட்டு சரி நிலையாக இல்லை, கேள்விக்குறியாக இருக்குது, அரசாங்கம் இருக்கிறதே ஒரு கேள்விக்குறியாக இருக்கும்போது இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் என்னாகும், குறையும். Then the availability of capital. If the capital is more in the entrepreneur, then the investment will also be more. If the availability of capital is less, investment will also be less. Then liquid assets of the investor. What are liquid assets? Assets which can be easily converted into cash is called as liquid assets. If an investor has more liquid assets, his investment will be more. If the liquid assets are less, then the investment will also be less. So these are the determinants of investment function. So rate of interest is the main one. Apart from rate of interest, you have other factors also which determine the investment function. Rate of interest is the major determinant for investment function. The other determinants of investment function also we have seen. So there are 12 determinants of investment function given in our textbook. Next one. See, the relationship between rate of interest and investment is given here. Relationship between rate of interest and investment. So look at this graph. On the x-axis you have the investment, the volume of investment. On the y-axis you have the rate of interest or the interest rate. So what is the relationship between rate of interest and investment? There is an inverse relationship. What do you mean by inverse relationship? If the rate of interest is high, investment will be low. Just like your demand curve, it slopes downwards. The investment curve slopes downwards. Now look at this graph. Interest rate is 5%. So people want to invest more. So the investment is 100. So when the investment is interest rate is 5%, the investment is more. Okay. Now the interest rate has increased from 5%, it has gone to 8%. From 5%, the interest rate has gone to 8%. So naturally, the investment has also decreased from 100 to 80. So there is an inverse relationship between interest rate and investment. Higher interest rate reduces investment because higher rates increases the cost of borrowing. What do you mean by interest rate? It is the cost of borrowing. So if the cost of borrowing is high, investment will be low. Okay. If interest rate rise from 5% to 8%, then we get a fall in the amount of investment from 100 crore to 80 crore. So initially the interest rate was 5%. So the investment was 100 crore. Now the interest rate has increased to 8%. So there is a decrease in the volume of investment from 100 crore to 80 crore. If the interest rates are increased, then it will tend to discourage investment because investment has a higher opportunity cost. So people, when they want to invest, if the rate of interest is high, they will not invest more because the opportunity cost, okay, the foregoing cost is only called as opportunity cost. So if the interest rates are increased, then it will tend to discourage investment because investment has a higher opportunity cost. So this is the relationship between rate of interest and investment. If this question is asked under 5 marks, you have to draw this diagram and you have to give the explanation. So Keynes pointed out that the investment depends on two things. Okay. Actually, here we saw that these are the determinants of investment function. But Keynes has given two things. Keynes pointed out that investment depends on the marginal efficiency of capital and rate of interest. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. Keynes வந்து இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டை மேஜராக தீர்மானிக்க காரணிகள் 12 காரணிகள் ஏற்கனவே பார்த்தோம். ஆனால் Keynes சொல்றது இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்டை டிசைட் பண்ணுறது 2 காரணிகள். One is called the marginal efficiency of capital, MEC, and the other one is called as the rate of interest. So according to Keynes, the determinants of investment mainly depend on two things. One is marginal efficiency to capital and the other one is the rate of interest. Okay. So however, already we have seen that there are 12 determinants of investment. However, Keynes contended that business expectations and profits are more important in deciding the investment. So Keynes says the business expectation and the profit plays a major role in deciding the level of investment. He also pointed out that the investment depends on the marginal efficiency of capital and the rate of interest. Okay. Next one. What do you mean by private investment? Private investment is an increase in the capital stock such as buying a factory or machine. So what do you mean by private investment? Private தனியார் முதலீடுனா என்ன? தனியார் முதலீடுனா என்னது? தனியார் எதுக்கு முதலீடு செய்வாங்க? It may be to buy a factory or to buy a machine or to increase the capital stock. ஏற்கனவே இருக்க முதலீடை அதிகரிக்கிறது, இருப்பை அதிகரிக்கிறது. மூலதன இருப்பு, கேபிட்டல் ஸ்டாக்னா என்னது? மூலதன இருப்பை அதிகரிக்கிறதுக்கு பேர் தான் அது private investment. So private investment is an increase in the capital stock. What are capital stock? Such as buying a factory or machine. Next, the MEC states the rate of return on investment project. What do you mean by marginal efficiency to capital? What do you mean by that? Suppose I am investing 10,000 rupees, okay, and if I am making 20,000, it means my investment is very efficient. 10,000 ரூபாய் முதலீடு போட்டேன், ஆனால் எனக்கு 20,000 ரூபாய் லாபம் கிடைச்சிருக்குன்னா கண்டிப்பாக நான் செஞ்சுருக்க இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் எப்படி இருக்குது? ஆதாயமாக இருக்குது. இட் இஸ் வெரி வெரி எஃபிஷியன்ட். த மார்ஜினல் efficiency to capital. The marginal efficiency of capital states the rate of return on an investment project. Specifically, it refers to the annual percentage yield earned by the last additional unit of capital. Okay, how much capital I am putting and out of which how much I am getting as a return. That is only called as marginal efficiency to capital. Suppose if I invest 10,000 and I am getting 20,000, that means my investment is very efficient. Suppose if I put 10,000 and if I get 5,000, that means my capital is not very efficient. So marginal efficiency to capital states the rate of return on an investment project. If the marginal efficiency of capital is 5% and the rate of interest is 4%, then it is worth borrowing at 4%. Are you able to understand? Suppose if the cost of buying or the cost of borrowing money, if the rate of interest is 4%, I want to invest in a project, okay? Suppose if I want to start a project, I want to start a factory, I don't have money. So I'm going to a bank and the bank says, I will give you money at 4% rate of interest. So the bank is giving the money for 4%. When I invest it, my efficiency is 5%. When I invest that amount in my project, I make a profit of 5%. So is it good or bad? I invested 4% and I am getting 5% result. That means I am making a profit of 1%. So I can invest in the project. Suppose if I borrow for 4% and if my marginal efficiency of capital is also 4%, even then I will like to carry on with the business. Okay, I've invested 4 and I'm getting 4. If I invest 4% and if I'm getting only 3%, that means my marginal efficiency of capital is very poor, so I have to stop with the project. So if the marginal efficiency of capital is 5% and interest rate is 4%, then it is worth borrowing. கடன் வாங்குறதுல நியாயம் இருக்கு. 4% நான் கடன் வாங்கி எனக்கு கிடைக்கிற லாபம் எத்தனை பர்சன்ட்? 5%. அப்போ வந்து பரவாயில்ல, 4% திருப்பி கொடுத்துருவேன், 1% எனக்கு என்ன இருக்கும்? லாபமாக இருக்கும். ஸோ இட் இஸ் ஒர்த் borrowing at 4%. So this is the relationship between marginal efficiency of capital and a rate of interest. So Keynes pointed out that investment depends on two things. One is marginal efficiency of capital and the other one is the rate of interest. Then we also saw the relationship between the rate of interest and investment. So today we started with investment function. I said, what is investment? The term investment means purchase of stocks, shares, debentures, government bonds and equities. So according to Keynes, it is only financial investment and not real investment. Financial means money போடுறது financial investment. The real investment is buying a factory, a machine. That is only called as a real investment. Then later on we saw the investment function. Then we saw the types of investment, autonomous investment and induced investment. Later on we saw the difference between autonomous investment and induced investment. Then we saw the determinants of investment function. What are the determinants of investment function? Classical economists said that rate of interest plays an important role in determining the investment. But apart from that, there are some other factors. So we saw 12 factors which determine the investment function. After that, we saw about Keynes. Keynes says for investment only two things depend. Okay, Keynes pointed out that investment depends on two things. One is the marginal efficiency of capital and the other one is the rate of interest. Lastly, we saw the relationship between the rate of interest and investment. The rate of interest and investment. I think we can stop with this today. I will send the homework questions in the Google Classroom and WhatsApp group. If you have any queries, please call me or give me a missed call, or you can also text me, guys. Thank you.